Very good news to start off the show. As announced today, good old JR is cancer free. So
Fantastic.
definitely a great thing to start the show off with. As welcome to Wednesday night is Overbooked, episode number 65. We're almost 2/3 of the way to 100. Holy crap. As JD from New York and the Solid Monster just celebrated their 100th episode of Tuesday Night Titans. We're not quite there yet, but, give it time because I'm glad everyone is here watching. Make sure you hit that like button. We have a goal of double-digit likes. All our information is down below in the description for all of our channels.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
Thank you, Harley. And we've already got some folks in the chat. We have our wrench of wrenches, Mr. Jacob Ironside, the maker of the logo for Wednesday Night is Overbooked, as can be seen on my shirt right here. Ego's mug as well, and does not get enough love in this. It does not get enough love in this community. If you're in the chat and you're a fan of classic films and classic TV, Jacob Ironside is the channel for you. Ego, do you mind dropping his link in the chat?
You got it.
Now, let's introduce the panel here. We have right below me, it is not the Shock Master, it's the Shock Matster. How are you, sir? Matt, the Unbearable 73.
I'm surviving here in the anus of America, New Jersey.
All right. And right down here, we have our legal expert in the hotbed, which from what I hear, it's hot and humid down there. That is Duke Devil 95, Bradley Burnett. How are you, sir?
Well, I'm coming off sort of a big match in the legal circle where I delivered a finisher to opposing counsel and basically just won a case to save my client from having to go to trial. So
basically, you gave them the Stone Cold Stunner. You hit them.
It was a curb stomp.
It was a curb stomp. Nice. All right.
Did you spear him in the middle of the courtroom through a wall?
No, I did not. We do stuff over Zoom now, so virtually in my mind, I did that.
See, trials are more interesting if the winning attorney could spear the losing attorney through a wall.
Maybe a GTS.
Well, there have been instances where the losing attorney actually attacks the winning attorney.
Nice.
I've not been on that, not had that match.
Which there was a question asked: would you rather take 100 tsunami splashes or 100 spears from Braun Breaker?
Does Braun Breaker get to actually run rope to rope before?
Are we talking like kayfabe or actual hits?
Which would you rather take?
I would take the spears any day.
I will take these tsunamis because I trust that Bronson Reed is going to position himself where he's not going to really damage me. You get those wild spears, those wild massive takeoff spears. Out of 100, one of them is going to hit, and it's going to end me.
Well, the thing is, I played high school football, and I'm assuming I am in that type of shape for this. Getting tackled really doesn't really hurt. So
okay.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I got hit one time playing faux fullback in football and realized I'm good at pre-calculus. I quit. So no, I'm not taking any spears, not even fake ones. No.
Well, I mean, just to be semi-serious about it.
Brad.
I realized I was a nerd a long time ago and left active sports, so I'm going to throw in a third option I think we will all agree with. We will all take 100 prettiest moonsaults ever.
Yes.
Oh, for going for options, I would take the Tsunami Slam on Jade Cargill like any day. There you go.
That's warranted given her match.
We'll get to her, and we will get to her in a bit. But we had a topic that we kind of brought up as we spent a lot of time talking about Liv Morgan last week and her injury and the impact that it has on Raw, Judgment Day, and basically WWE creative. Now, I did a video this morning, which has gotten a few less likes than I would have liked. So if you don't mind, go to my channel, watch that. Tell me what you think in the comments. And as long as you're there,
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
Thank you, Harley, again. As we kind of all agree that Roxanne Perez is going to be inserted into the Liv Morgan role, at least as far as the Women's Tag Team Championship. And I believe PW Insider confirmed that earlier this week. This makes sense. You can continue this story. I took it a step further, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna get this big marquee win over, say, Nikki and Brie at Evolution, and that's gonna give them all this confidence going into, say, SummerSlam, where this unlikely pairing is going to drop the titles to an equally unlikely pairing, and that will be Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss.
Oh God.
Did not think about that.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Who did Alexa piss off?
Oh, everybody. It's Alexa Bliss. And affecting Dominic Mysterio, as he will end up losing the Intercontinental Championship. And this is all kind of part of a plan, as slowly, subtly, you see changes to Roxanne Perez in her gear, her mannerisms, sometimes how she speaks, and starts to aggressively flirt with Dominic.
Fair.
But this is where the character shift begins to happen with Dominic, as Dominic has said, I miss Liv. I miss Liv. As opposed to when he was with Rhea, he was easily swayed by Liv. He's not swayed now. This is the start of his face turn.
Mm-hmm.
We come to the Rumble. Now, I said, like in Perth, Australia, for Crown Jewel, Dominic loses the title, gets jumped out of Judgment Day. This will write off Dom for a little bit.
Okay.
Then the Rumble, which is kind of right around mid-January. Liv is kind of expected to return late December, early January. So this kind of fits into that time frame. Liv makes her return at the Rumble, wins the Rumble, and chooses, shockingly enough, the new Women's World Champion, Roxanne Perez.
Oh, wow.
After she won the title at Survivor Series. Finn beats Penta for the IC title. He's holding the belt. He gets blindsided, but again, someone in a hoodie, and it's revealed it's Dominic is back. So this sets up Mania.
Okay.
Liv versus Roxanne. Dominic and Finn are barred from ringside. Raquel is still a part. She's her little friend, so she comes out to the ring to help her out. Interferences, referee distractions. It's getting too much. The numbers game is getting too much. But the one thing the Judgment Day didn't expect is that while Liv was away, fences were mended, bridges were rebuilt, and out comes Rhea Ripley to even the odds.
All right.
And then Liv Morgan gets her WrestleMania moment, becomes a 3-time Women's World Champion. The very next night, Dominic reclaims the IC belt. Liv comes to the ring. They both are now embracing this baby face, not a campy baby face, but a more serious type of a baby face role. So that was just kind of the overview of my story. Brad,
I'll post that in there too.
Brad, you were a former dungeon master, so you were critical for telling long-term and overarching stories. Your thoughts and anything you might see along the way?
I didn't have obviously time to do the full dive that you did into this. I even watched your show today, unfortunately, because I was prepping for my match. But when I was thinking about the whole idea, I completely see Roxanne being the vixen in the mix, coming in and trying to turn Dom, and because we already got a little bit of that. Remember when she showed up and she brought in chicken with the nuggies? Maybe she's back there playing some 2K with the guys now. Mm-hmm. And I agree with the idea that I think Raquel's going to end up turning on Liv because Raquel's always been so far presented as just the muscle, and Liv is the show. So Roxanne, I think, is going to become more and more complimentary to Raquel, and it's like, Liv isn't just giving you your due. You're more than her, and she doesn't even let you. It's always her talking. It's always her coming out front. So I totally see that. I know we've talked about the face term for Dom.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. I don't know that I like it so much, but it does make sense in the sense, like you're saying, reestablishing Judgment Day and Finn having more control, because we've already seen that. I mean, we saw him, grinning, literally a shit-eating grin behind the scenes. It's like, oh, they're fighting, and my plan's working perfectly.
And I'm absolutely loving it.
I know. Yeah, there's no way Finn's going to go good guy. There's no way. So it's going to have to be Dom. But someone else is going to have to join Judgment Day. Someone else is going to have to join Judgment Day.
We'll see.
Well, Carlito's gone.
Right.
Carlito might show up in AAA though. He's off
McBeast. JD McBeast. That guy's a beast.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, thoughts?
Well, I mean, overall, your concept is good. Now, my issues would be the following. Okay?
Thank you. Overall.
Well, I mean, I can nitpick it, but I'm not going to nitpick and say, well, maybe this and that, because overall, you had a good idea, right? One of my first things with wrestling is always, where is the money coming from? Like, where are you making the money, right? So they just bought AAA, and there's a huge market now down there for this, right? So if I were Triple H, I'd say, I want to run through a cycle of this Dominic Rey Mysterio rivalry in AAA now, okay? I want to have Dom go down there and heal it up and have the whole, now for the AAA audience, have Dom maybe interrupt the whatever Mexico's version of 4th of July is and wreck the barbecue and
Cinco de Mayo.
Put Ray through a barbecue grill and set him on fire. What the same sort of stuff we did on Thanksgiving. Remember the Thanksgiving invasion?
Yeah.
We up in his house. We play all that for that AAA money market, right? And
hold on, Matt.
Yeah.
Yes, we know.
My point is, there's money to be had there, right? And as a side, I think a lot of the unused luchadors in WWE are going to be shifted to AAA. Just as an aside.
Well, or they're just going to be used differently. I mean, the Garzas just captured the AAA tag team titles.
What I'm saying is they'll get more screen time when WWE gets their AAA product, flowing somewhere. The other thing is, I don't think Judgment Day. Finn Balor is still a joke character right now. I can't take him seriously the way he is right now. I mean, I think either Judgment Day needs to become a much darker faction, and he goes full on heel Finn to get some cred back, or he needs to leave and go. We joke about W Bullet Club, but something like that, because I really want Finn Balor is a great wrestler, and before Vince ruined him, he was a great character. So that's kind of my thoughts.
Okay, so and again, we still, I guess I'm hearing that they may actually do a draft. Or they're just going to do this transfer the window phase. So you never know. We may get like a Aleister Black coming over.
An interesting way to rehab Finn, put him with Seth Rollins' faction.
Don't like it. Don't like it because and Ego, I will get it to you in just a second.
Hey, go ahead.
Because there's talk about bringing up Ricky Saints or Ethan Page to join this group. I would say bring up Ethan Page because you've got Seth Bronson. Someone in that trio is going to have to start eating pins. That's the guy you're going to throw out there to eat the pin. If you bring in Finn, now he really becomes Pin
Balor.
Now he really becomes Pin Balor. But you can bring up an Ethan Page and have him eat pins. And it insulates the rest of the group. Hi, Steph. How are you? Especially with the history between Finn and Seth. I'm just saying. So,
Well,
Ego, your thoughts.
All right, I'm going to try to run this down as succinctly as possible. Forgive me because I had to write most of this down. All right, so for Night of Champions in June, I got Roxanne Perez is actually going to help Raquel Rodriguez beat Rhea Ripley in the street fight.
We will get to that.
We'll get to just in general thoughts.
That's the card later on. That's the card.
Okay, so we're talking just general thoughts.
He's so cute like this, folks. He gets so excited.
I can write all this stuff down. You talking about just general thoughts for it all,
Dude,
or
just say take
Based on what Joker's story, what did you think?
So
I like it. That's very detailed. It's better than what I wrote. Mine was not as near cinematic, well thought out, or long-term thinking as his was, guys. Okay, I tell you right now. I like it. His is way better in terms of that for the long-term planning and thinking on it. I think this is the making the best of the situation with Liv not there. On another, but it doesn't crowd what would be Roxanne Perez's natural growth anyway. So it's not like you're going to run into any problems like, well, what about if I do this? I got to have her do that. If I got to do that, I got to have her do this. So it's like, no, it's going to be more natural with her out of the picture, with Liv out of the picture due to injury. So it actually is kind of the best of a bad situation. So, but your breakdown was fantastic.
As Matt, who's muted right now, and I'll get to him. I'll let him, because as Matt likes to say, when it comes to professional wrestling,
there's always Plan B.
There we go, and this would be the best of Plan B of a worst case scenario. Yeah. Now, talking about worst case scenarios, we're going to shift topics because we have a bit of a phenomenon that maybe is going overboard. And that is the gimmick of the belt collector. Now, this is nothing new.
Oh, God.
This goes on in the indies a lot as promotions will share talent. For example, our own La Primera, Stephanie Devaquer, at one point at the same time held the New Japan Women's Pro Wrestling Strong Style title while holding the CMLL Women's Championship and the CMLL Women's Tag Team Championship consecutively. At one point, Kenny Omega held the AEW World Title, the TNA World Title, the AAA Mega Championship, and I believe he had a couple other ones in there. Matt, and he had like a
yeah. I mean, if you trace wrestling outside of WWE itself, all these other federations let champions cross over. So
okay,
I mean, Ric Flair was like, I think, NWA and AWA champion at the same time. Right. One of my areas was the WCCW and the AWA and it's.
Now this comes to this. Mercedes Moné, who right now, presently, is holding the AEW TBS title, the CMLL Women's World title, the Owen Hart Classic belt, which is not really a title, the Rev Pro British Women's Championship, which is also associated with another belt, the Southside Women's Championship, and the recently EWA Women's title, which she won in Vienna, Austria, in a tent. Hold on. I just want to say this because as some folks love to give Blake the Monroe crap, from Wembley to a warehouse, from arenas to a tent. Okay. Now, as far as the belt collector gimmick goes, is it cool or is it cringe? Being completely honest, I will wait for Matt to go last on this because he's got more experience watching this. But initial thoughts, Brad.
I think in the example of Mercedes Moné, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, this isn't Pokemon. I mean, collect them all. Let's be serious, guys. But also, this is what happens when you let someone book her own matches entirely and give her complete creative control. My opinion, it diminishes the value of a belt. Because I'm trying to think of someone who might be like the type of wrestler, like, oh, I could totally see this guy carrying all these belts. I mean, back in the day, Ric Flair was the man. So it's like, yeah, of course it's gonna make sense. NWA, WA, whatever. But Mercedes Moné, I mean, come on, Sasha Banks. It's a little ridiculous, and I think overall it diminishes the importance of it and makes it a one-man show.
Okay. Ego, initial thoughts.
Initial thoughts? Bitches is in boxing.
Okay.
That's the first thought. I mean, that's mainly the first thought and almost the only thought I had. I'm like, the only person I could see doing this literally would have been the Giant, Andre the Giant, or even the Giant that came way later.
Well, Andre the Giant did. He had like.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the only person I can see without thinking of it. It's like it would literally be Andre the Giant or the Giant from like WCW and I guess WWE later on. But you'd have to be hugely imposing for this to work. Otherwise,
Ego,
what?
It appears, Stephanie, liked your statement there.
I'm here to say.
So just for that, sir. All right, let me give my take, and then I'll go with Matt because I think we might be on the same page as this. Now, as far as the belt collecting goes, two of the Mercedes belts are from AEW, so that's booking inside there. A lot of these other outside promotions, to be quite honest, they agree to this because she is a name. She is a very high profile name, and it puts more of a spotlight on that title. So I think it's cringy, but from a business standpoint, if I'm a small indie promotion, I'd consider it. Matt, thoughts?
So I'm sort of on the same page with you, Joker, but I think the cringiness comes from it being Mercedes Moné and a horrible storyline. Okay? Correct. So the deal is this, right? And you hear me say it all the time. Wrestling is really about making money. And when you put your belt on someone, they're one of your top money makers, right? So when you see these belts on, let's pretend this is Swerve Strickland and not Mercedes Moné. We like Swerve.
Quick, Matt. One of the original members is here to say hello, Kent, stay, hail, chat, and have a great show, gents. Thank you, Ryan Legion Games.
Thanks, Ryan.
Matt,
so
continue.
So let's say this is Swerve, and Swerve has 5 or 6 belts, right? Everyone likes Swerve. He had good storylines, which will come later. Spoilers. And that means these minor league promotions, which don't get any TV time at all, are basically they're on YouTube or whatever. So you might see the IEAARRB title, whatever that last one Mercedes picked up is. You might say, let me go check that product out on YouTube or whatever. See, watch a couple matches. And the influx of 10,000 watching a match is like a massive amount of income to them. It's a year's budget, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why you'll see, especially in the modern day with AEW, and you're gonna see some of this in WWE now, where because WWE with Triple H starting to adopt the sort of same philosophy like AEW and other indies have, which you form alliances of working together, right?
Right.
How they promoted that Carlito got that title in Puerto Rico before he left.
Well, yes, and to further that point, as I stated, the Garzas are now the AAA World Tag Team Champions, and at present Trick DeWilliams is the TNA World Champion.
Yeah. Now, to specifically on this issue with Mercedes Moné, I'm not taking anything away from her as a human being or whatever when I say this stuff, right? Understand that. I'm talking about her wrestling abilities and her promotional skill abilities, right? The storyline she has been on for the past, 8 months or whatever, which is inevitably leading to Tony Storm in 3 weeks, it's a horrible storyline. she's not getting booed because she's a heel. She's getting booed because the fans don't like her storyline. And for some reason, AEW has accepted that as the same thing. But when you get booed because they're booing your storyline, the fans don't buy merch. They don't go for the product. Whereas if they boo you as a heel, then they buy stuff.
AEW sells merch.
Oh yeah,
Which
I know you.
Which I saw a post on X. You can now buy AEW merch at Walmart.
That's really a good deal. I mean, to be honest, Walmart's a big
huge chain.
Yeah,
huge.
But so that's kind of like my general sense of.
He gives this shake.
I was gonna give you a mic drop on that. You should give yourself a mic drop. That was brutal, man.
Ego's the target guy. That's the problem. He's just,
yeah,
that's fair. That's to be fair.
We don't want to get sidetracked, but getting your product in a giant chain store is an economic victory.
It's true. That's a fair point.
Yeah. So, but just to conclude my thoughts, JV, you are largely agreement on this. The problem is Mercedes Moné. It's not the promotion of the other titles. It's just Mercedes Moné. And unfortunately, I mean, maybe we'll luck out. I hate saying this, but I want AEW to succeed. That Tony's going to lose the title because Tony's contract's coming up, and then she'll go to WWE and continue her awesome feud with Blake Monroe.
Which we'll get to in a second here, because I want to talk about the big thing that happened over the weekend. And that was on Friday Night SmackDown. We had a match with R-Truth and John Cena. The match itself was nothing. It was a nothing match. The big thing happened when, and that's a fair sentiment, and you're not the only one who thinks that. So out comes CM Punk, United Champion. During the match, table had been set up, and Truth gets laid out. Punk gets kicked in the dick, takes a belt shot to the head, and an attitude adjustment through a table. It's at this point when I'm hearing this, and I'm like, oh, we're going to do a callback. But instead of going up to the stage, John Cena decides to sit on the ropes and basically do almost a word-for-word cover of the 2011 pipe bomb. So I'm going to say this as far as John Cena's heel run has been. I think for the most part, most people agree that up until now, it's been boring and very uneventful until you add CM Punk. For some reason, Matt's a punk. Matt's a punk. Matt is a punk.
That's not what I was disagreeing with. While we take a pick me.
But hey, file 13. Sup? Make sure you hit those likes, folks, because I was advised earlier we are at about 5, so we're halfway to double digits. Now, Punk said this in January when this was during the Netflix premiere. So let me just play some of this real quick here.
I will bring the best out of you if you step into the ring with me. If you hold a microphone against me, I will 100% make people say, where was that person this entire time? Where was that Drew McIntyre? Where was that Seth Rollins? It's rare.
Where has this John Cena been? For some reason, CM Punk brings the best out of people. We've seen it. We even saw it in AEW. MJF really got put to the front with a feud with CM Punk. And we've seen what he's done with the likes of a Drew McIntyre. It ended up being the best feud last year, the best match of the year. I even saw an interview with Drew where he was talking about that match, and he's like, that was just something really special. And I don't think I'm going to ever have that type of a moment where the story was so good and we were both just working together to make this story work. Seth Rollins, the same way. There's something about this dynamic with Cena that CM Punk is truly his greatest rival ever. And, you know, Steph, you're I don't think you're far off. It's just not going to last for very, very long. It's probably going to last until SummerSlam, and we'll get to that in a bit. But I want to hear, since Ego is relatively the noob to this whole thing, and he's pretty much missed most of the Ruthless Aggression era, missed a lot of the John Cena run, but has been catching up on learning about this dynamic and what the Summer of Punk was. I'll start with you first, sir.
Man, and now it's been fun. Now it's fun. I watched the pipe bomb segment. I've seen CM Punk's, listened to his. I didn't know that it was things that had been put through the table when CM Punk did the original pipe bomb. Just because from the footage I watched was just from him sitting near the Titantron, or CM Punk sitting in the Titantron. So to watch that back and then look at this pipe bomb, like, that was amazing. And you're right, CM Punk not only will bring his A game, but he brings the best out of you, which is the best you can ask for in any sport. To bring a friend or foe, teammate, or opposing opposition, like, they bring the best out of you. So that pipe bomb came from John Cena's balls and his soul. He put them together and threw it on a mic, and then we are just witnessing greatness on that one. So it's been great to watch this and know that the heel run is finally starting, because it really was getting boring. And the thing was, it was like, if you're going to be like this, we might as well just call you a face that just is just trying to mock us to our face, because there was nothing heelish that you've done outside of R-Truth to me. R-Truth and the betrayal to CM Punk, like, between that time, like, there really wasn't anything to, like, heap any gasoline on the fire. Even him being a heel at the Fanatics Fest, which is hilarious. I don't know if you guys saw that. They put him up against the punching bag, the boxing punch, and he just stands there, he's like, yeah, I haven't hit anybody, and walks away. Like, he's finally going at it as a full-time heel, and I like it. So now, yeah, the heel run is officially starting for John Cena, and I have no idea how much longer it's going to go, but I'm loving every minute of it.
Brad, thoughts?
Yeah, he needed something to get it going, because when I was looking at, doing our list this year, I'm like, well, the Cena, we all talked about the Cena turn being something no one expected, but it's like, I can't put him anywhere near a top performer this year at all. I mean, there's nothing interesting about it other than the fact that he turned. I mean, it's like, okay, Anakin becomes Vader and he just sits there. He doesn't go out and kill Jedi. I mean, that's what it is. If we want Dark Cena, we want to see Dark Cena doing stuff.
Gotcha.
Now, even though he's limited, he's like, I'm only here for a bit. You're going to see this many appearances of me. Make it matter. Make it count. At least now, now we got something going, and we've already said, it's like, well, clearly we were saying it last year, Cena and Punk, come on, nostalgia, one last go round. So, yeah.
Matt, your thoughts.
So, we're talking about the John Cena heel turn and all that. Wrestling is a storytelling thing, right? So you basically have three parts of the storytelling. There's promos, there's vignettes, and there's the ring, right? So the promo part of the Cena heel turn has been great. He's been dropping great promos, antagonizing the hell out of the crowd, being very heel and all that, right? The in-ring part has been kind of meh. I think there was one really good match as a heel, and then,
mid.
Yeah.
At best.
So what's missing, as Ego mentioned a little bit of unintentionally, and Brad, is that vignette where John Cena needs to be doing heel things, not like remember when Stone Cold he'd go to someone's house and like beat the crap out of them, or the famous Booker T Stone Cold in the supermarket.
Supermarket.
We just see Cena going to like his opponent's house or meet him on the street and have a fight in a restaurant.
Wait. The Stone Cold Booker T thing?
The supermarket fight.
Yes, we know.
Yeah. The point is that middle aspect of storytelling for John Cena's heel turn is totally lacking. Just totally lacking right now. We see him do the promos. We like the promos. Then we get to the match and like to the kind of mid. So what else? And we have no like it's like John Cena's only a heel when he's doing a promo, and otherwise he's just a guy doing a match. I mean, there's
just
no
a bad wrestler.
Yeah, there's no energy to it, and like you get that energy. That by the way is missing in WWE a lot. That's all those good vignettes. Remember when the Wyatts came back and they beat the crap out of the production room? Like we need more of those vignettes to tell the storyline. Not like this show me and tell me, right? Promos are tell me. We need show me. You know what I mean? We need those brawls where we see wrestlers running over the cars, and we need supermarket brawls. Did someone get a wreck in a barbershop once?
Yes, Marty Jannetty.
Yeah. So we need.
So basically, what you want to see is more of the most dangerous place in the wrestling world. That's the NXT parking lot.
Yeah.
So
I mean, when what made Dominic's heel turn so organic to us was those home invasions he did to Ray. Like, you know what I mean?
We know.
You know what I mean? And we all felt that Ray's whole family got in on kayfabe and sold it. You know what I mean? It's.
In case you didn't know, folks, the Thanksgiving dinner invasion is one of Matt's favorite segments of all time.
Yes, it's a top 20 of all time.
Okay. So we are a few days away, as we just got told, as I just heard earlier today. The planes have left. They are on their way to Riyadh, as we now have a full card for Night of Champions. Which Night of Champions, and there's 2 championship matches, but I digress. I mean, one championship match got canceled. Wow. Cena is a PPP. Whoa. Jacob, such language. And you're marking down the chat ones too, right? Ego. All right, I just got 4. We're up to 8 likes. 2 likes away from double digits. We're on a nice little run here, folks. Let's keep that streak going. All right, so we were supposed to get Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles, but I'm sure either one or both of the parties involved were kind of just like, I don't feel like I want to go based on recent current events. Okay. And the WWE said, that's fine. You don't have to go.
I'm also fairly sure both have some criminal records in their past.
AJ Styles does?
It's like a minor thing, like barroom brawl stuff, but
and yet Jacob's there.
Well, again, it's a matter of money and what the dudes want to see, and
right.
But
okay, so let's start off with this card here, and since I've already started this, we have for the United States Championship, the current champion, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, all gas, no brakes, Yaramin, versus his cousin, Solo Sikoa. Ego, your thoughts?
You know what? Man. I think that Solo Sikoa might win this one with interference.
Okay.
I see a title change.
Okay.
Keep the feud going. Put the belt. See if he can do it. Get a feud going. Fatu can win it back pretty much at any point this time. So I'll give the belt to Solo.
Ego, you're getting some maturity here. Starting to think long-term stuff here. I like it. Look at this kid. So proud of him. Brad, thoughts?
Jacob's going.
Brad?
Jacob.
He said, no, but go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
They said me. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go, Matt.
Jacob's winning this. Jacob's on a run. I don't know where he's on the Merc. I should look it up. But there's an energy to Jacob that we haven't seen in a couple of years in a WWE wrestler. And now unless like he said, he loses due to shenanigans and gets it back a week later. But they're not going to have a clean pin on Jacob. That's not going to happen. So.
Okay. Sidebar, where are the Tongans? Injured. And Hikuleo has been working some dark matches, and I believe he had a match on WWE main event. But yeah, Tangaloa during the War Games match tore his bicep, so he's going to be out a while. That's not an easy injury to come back from. Brad, your thoughts on the United States Championship match?
Well, I think we're going to hear another podcast where a certain dad is bitching about his kids not getting a proper rub.
No, that's just Jay. That's just Jay.
Oh, we don't care about Solo. I guess. Okay.
No, because unbeknownst to everyone, the Rikishi only has the one son, and his name is Jey Uso. Jimmy don't mean shit. Solo don't mean shit. Fucking
I mean, all I'm saying is I know that there was a guy that had 12 sons and only one got a coat of many colors. I'm not.
Don't mess with Rikishi. He'll run you over. Don't mess with him.
I'm just saying.
He'll do it for The Rock, man.
Right.
Rikishi will add you to his victim list if you mess with him. Don't.
Yeah.
Okay,
he damn near took out Stone Cold. You think he would take out a LeftEyeEgo?
All right. So,
that's child's play.
Okay.
It's going to be Jacob. I mean, there's no reason for it not to at this point. And Jacob, they need to put more star on him. We know he's great. We just need to see more of him.
Okay.
So I had this thought the other day. I listened to 4 or 5 Jacob's promos in a row. Does anyone watch Naruto? I think Killer B.
Okay.
Jacob.
So
I don't know
what
that means. I don't know what that means.
I haven't watched enough animation.
Jacob is literally rapping
Seriously, no one cares.
No one cares about Naruto. Shut up. No one cares about Naruto.
I'd help you, man, if I knew more of Naruto. I'm sorry, man.
Jesus H. Christ. Wow. So anyway, Ego, you're on the right track. Solo wins.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Babyface chase. Because again, this feud is just starting. Jacob wins, it's over. It's done. And you can get at least 3 matches out of this. So you want to keep this going. So we are split 2 for Jacob and 2 for Solo. Let's go with the 2 non-title matches. Rhea Ripley in a street fight versus Raquel Rodriguez. Now, before we get told this, sorry, Matt, a street fight is a hardcore match, just so we all know. So, Ego, you were kind of starting on this earlier, so please, your thoughts on the ladies' street fight.
All right, so I've actually got Raquel Rodriguez winning via interruption from Roxanne Perez. It kind of solidifies them being a duo now. Rhea Ripley doesn't necessarily need the win here, but a loss could start some kind of a feud that switches from Rodriguez to Perez. Damn, name sounds familiar. So I've actually got Raquel Rodriguez winning this one.
Okay, Brad.
I agree. Raquel's going to win with interference, and since we need to, what do you call it? It's not a street fight. It's a Riyadh dust up, a Riyadh sandstorm, Riyadh riot. I mean, we got. I just hope we're able to see their eyes enough through their burqas.
That dust up was great. That was great.
That was fantastic.
Matt, thoughts?
Raquel wins with shenanigans. This is going to be a brawl with multiple people on both sides.
Okay. And again, if this did not, again, this is the impact of losing Liv. Because you could have had this match and easily put Rhea over with Liv and the Raquel. But because you now have to establish this dynamic between Roxanne and the Raquel to bring them together as a team, this now shifts this story. So yes, Raquel does get the win. And see, Steph is loving this here. This is great, guys. Good stuff. Now, the match that was probably put in place of the Intercontinental Championship match, or not, because we got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross in Karrion Kross's first premium live event match in 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
Matt,
dusts them up and pull them out of the closet.
Matt, thoughts?
Sammy's winning this. I hate to say this because of religion and all that, but he's basically a big star there. This is going to be one of those matches where they make each other look really good and have a lot of counter wrestling and stuff like that. So whoever loses this doesn't look bad, so to speak. But Sammy wins this.
Brad?
I agree. I found something interesting though. I was reading something that Karrion Kross doesn't like taking bumps.
That's okay.
Is that a joke? I don't know what that is.
Kind of a joke. These are bumps that he kind of adjusted out of the way. But if you watch the full match in context, he takes a lot of bumps.
Okay. I just randomly saw him like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
It seems like a troll thing. Yeah, but I mean, look, Sammy's Muslim. He's wrestling in a Muslim country. And if Karrion Kross wins, a fatwa will be issued or we'll have a jihad. So Sammy wins.
Ego.
I got Sammy winning. Just location and, I'm beginning to see what you guys see in Sami Zayn now. So I've got him going on. Karrion Kross is actually going to be the perfect opponent for him to win in Saudi Arabia. So it works on multiple fronts, but I've got Sammy winning this one.
Okay. I've seen Sammy lose in several shows, and for the same reason, Solo is winning his match. If you want this feud to continue, if Sammy wins, the feud is over. Now it may depend on how good the match is. I mean, Karrion Kross has to really perform because the fans have really gotten to behind him via social media. Whenever you get those backstage segments, the guy really maximizes what little time he gets on TV, and he gets a genuine pop. I can see Karrion getting a win, not a clean win, but I can see Karrion getting a win.
Joker, what if he win? What if Sammy wins, but we get dirty tactics by Karrion at the end? Could that also achieve the same idea? Like a brutal beatdown for no damn reason, just like
possible. That's possible.
Okay.
Here's an interesting thing. So Karrion Kross, his Karrion faction is basically gone right now. So he pointed out he is Latino, and this could be an alignment of having an alignment with him with Latino faction as a beginning of that too. So that could lead to some interesting matches with Sammy, so down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't notice
So
that.
now we come to the king and queen of the ring. Y'all thought I was crazy because I was the odd man out, but I said Jade Cargill was going to the finals. And here we are. Jade Cargill and Asuka. It's a match no one wants. Nobody wants. I mean, if you go back and watch the Jade and Roxanne match, a 23-year-old, a 5'1", 23-year-old carried that match. Kudos to Roxanne. Because Jade looks lost in every single match. But I'm going to give my take here. They're going to give her the win. Because it's not about the match. Because Asuka and Io, better match. But if I have to choose match or story, the better story wins. And the better story is Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. Because right now, Asuka has no story. Jade goes over. Matt, thoughts?
The problem is, do they still do the thing where the king and queen get a title shot?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't see. I mean, I know they could, but putting her in a title match, which you know she's going to lose, but they'll never put one of the big titles on her.
I know how to do that.
Okay, hang on. Here you go. So Matt goes over in this match.
I mean, yeah, Jade's gonna win it, but it just seems a phenomenal waste of a title shot and a potential feud because you know going into it they're not gonna let her beat either champion.
Well, okay, it's the champion of your brand, so whatever brand you're on. So she is on SmackDown. So she wins. She challenges Tiffany Stratton.
And she's not gonna. They're not gonna put her over Tiffany because Jade can't carry the belt. It's not money. She cannot carry that belt and make money with it.
That's why you have That's why there's a certain Money in the Bank person on SmackDown.
Right. Yeah.
Brad, thoughts?
Yeah, you were just saying what I'm thinking. So Jade wins, challenges Tiffany, immediate cash in by Naomi. And then she's a champion for 1 second, and that's it.
Ego, thoughts?
After that terrible match she put on for Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy, like someone called the Prodigy, really helped out a veteran in this one. I have never seen Jade even really try to look hurt, except for someone that's 5 fucking feet tall. Like, how do you do this for someone that short, but you can't do it for someone way taller? Like, you literally have so many other wrestlers that are taller than this, bigger than you. Hell, Piper Niven could clothesline you. I need that to look like death on you, okay? If you have that much to give for someone 5 feet tall, to have them carry you into the match, I don't understand why you're even being put over. Because all you're doing is just going to slam and pose and do this. You're not even going to be able to do the Jaded. You're going to have to do this and do like this shit to count to 3. Because there's no way this is going over in Saudi Arabia. So she's going to win the match, which means that we're going to wind up having Bianca Belair win in several months at Elimination Chamber. Then we're going to have Naomi wants to cash in. Now we got a triple threat that only should be 2 people in it. And they're not going to let her get anywhere near a pin. Near anywhere being contending for a pin. All I say is it's going to wind up having to be Bianca Belair is going to have to pin Naomi to win the championship, and we can shove her out to SmackDown. I need this to happen now. It's bothering me. I actually had to go outside and smoke after her Roxanne Perez match. I just can't, it's like, what was I thinking? I was in a terrible relationship. My buddies were all telling me it's not healthy. This is not good. Things are not fine. And now I see the light and have to watch my bad decision on the TV screen. I needed to smoke. I need this to be done. I really do.
Brad, did you get enough of that for your next video montage there?
I'm more upset that he's smoking. I was driven him to this. That's not good, dude.
Wow.
It's not bad.
I mean, it's not so bad when you drink with it. You know, when you got the combination going.
Ego, once again, sir. it's taken him a while to get to this place. Says this is not a safe space for Ego as it's about to happen. So, Ego, I'm just going to preemptively say,
Oh, you poor baby.
He hasn't walked off yet, though. I mean, that's good. It's better than it did last week.
I did say that this scenario could happen.
Good.
And the minute Randy won his qualifying match, it was obvious it's going to be Cody Rhodes, because I said you can make a case for all four of them. Now, Randy and Jay, their story. Jay and Sammy, there's a better story. Sammy and Cody, there's a story. Cody, Randy, there's decades of story. There's history there. So this
almost a legacy, you could say.
You right?
Thank you. It's a long time coming.
Thank you, Stephanie.
It's a long time coming for you to come to your senses. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yes.
There is that. There is that too. Okay, so I'll give my take. I think it's obvious. Cody's going over. It's SummerSlam, Cody, Cena. That's the match. Brad, thoughts?
I agree. Yeah, it's especially we've already had Randy and Cena this year, so why would we do that again? And that match occurred.
Right. Ego.
Man, I got Cody going over because I don't see them running back Orton v. Cena again. So I've got Cody winning that based on that, just that from what I thought.
Okay, Matt.
Unfortunately, Cody wins this. Here's the thing: so if Cody wins this, are we going to have him lose to Cena at SummerSlam?
No.
No. So that means he takes the title back, and
Correct.
He kind of, I don't know. It just feels. It doesn't feel like he's earned that yet, to be honest. Right now, he does. I mean, he's selling the Merc, so the money's there, but he feels like he's just doing nothing, and then he's going to get a title shot. He
didn't do anything with the title last year either.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They should have been having him do compelling storylines for the past 6 or 7 months to make you feel like he's working. He's going through. And
okay, that's not the fault of Cody. That's the fault of WWE.
Well, I'm talking about the storyline. I'm not saying blaming Cody for it. I'm just talking the storylines. Cody wins.
And yes, second King of the Ring loss in a row for Randy. Yes. Now, of course, it all comes down to this match here, which if Cody's going over, Cena's going over, and it'll be set for SummerSlam, Cody Rhodes versus Cena for the. Oh, we're going to save that for something else, dear. We're going to save that for something else. Because there's also, let me pull this down real quick. There's something.
Seth cashes in and becomes the women's world champion.
No, thank God, no. Now, again, I've been seeing these little things where we can have a quick little discussion here, and I saw this one, and I thought this would be fun for a few seconds here when it said the future of WWE Women's Division. And it gives us Lyra Valkyria, Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, Roxanne Perez, Jordan Grace, and Blake Monroe. I'm going to ask Brad first. Remove anyone you wish or replace anyone with someone you think should be there.
Well, obviously, we cloned Jade 6 or 7 times and replace them all. Lyra, no. I mean, okay. Why is Tiffany not there and Lyra's there?
Okay, good.
Because she's still pretty new. Even though she's a champion, she's still pretty new. And even though Lyra has improved since she first showed up, I don't think she's there yet.
Okay.
Well, and again, we do have some criticism about Tiffany, but I think Tiffany to Lyra, I think Tiffany is above Lyra.
Gotcha. Okay. So you would remove Lyra and replace her with Stratton.
Correct. Or the cloning.
Got it. Object. Correct. Ego thoughts.
She's got to
just
go.
lost
We
sound.
lost you. You lost your sound.
You're back. You're back.
It's back.
You're back.
I'm sorry. Sorry. So I was gonna say Lyra can kick rocks with flip flops. She's out. I got to put Tiffany Stratton in her place. Hell, even if you told me Tiffany Stratton wasn't available, I'd rather move up Sol Rucka and put her in Lyra Valkyrie's place. Can't stand her.
Wow, such a hater. Such a hater.
He's become bitter ever
Zero
since he
aura.
realized about Jade. It's
I know.
sad.
I know. Jade.
Jade broke him.
He just he's a broken man now.
Yeah, just like she breaks people in the ring accidentally. So.
Right.
I hate it here.
It's not a safe space. Just like wrestling,
That is so cute.
not a safe space. Just like wrestling, Jade Cargill. Sorry.
Your thoughts?
Remove Felra Baccia and start with technically anyone, but Sol Ruka is a good candidate. I haven't been able to stand it since I first saw her wrestle. So,
Okay. I would replace Lyra with Tiffany. And I would remove Jordan completely. For the simple
You've really
fact
upset Ego.
I know.
He left. Look, God.
I know he left. He'll be right back. For the simple fact that we got announced for Evolution for the NXT Women's Championship, which will be a feature match. It's going to be Jordan Grace versus JC Jane. Let that sink in. Jordan Grace versus JC Jane. How exciting does that match sound?
It could be a decent match.
Okay, but are you excited about that match?
Only in the
It's peanut
sense that-
butter and jelly.
No.
Yeah.
Only in the sense I like watching Jordan Grace wrestle.
Okay. I am not sold on Jordan Grace. Is she more skilled than Jade? Yes, but that's not saying much.
Well, yeah, she's not in the class of either Julia or Stephanie or Roxanne or Mariah May. Or I'm gonna call Mariah May today or die. She's not in the class of them, all the four.
So the fact that she is
my audio might have died.
Okay.
Let me drop out and come back in.
Okay, so the fact that she is in your feature match and Blake Monroe is not, I have an issue with that. And I think we're going to eventually get it as a triple threat. You should. So that's just my thought on that. And these are fun little things to do. But it is time for the staple of this show. It is the Wednesday Night is Overbooked Top 5, where we take a topic, we give our 5 takes. Our number 5 take gets 1 point. Our number 1 take gets 5 points. And at the end, our legal expert, who counts in 6s instead of 5, Bradley Burnett, will give us the totals for a definitive scientific winner of this category, which is we are doing the best of so far, and we're going to close this out with the best male talent of 2025 so far. So, Mr. LeftEyeEgo, can we get your number 5, sir?
Well, You guys aren't going to believe this, but at number 5, I've actually got Gunther.
You can take back some of his mic drops, I think. I think you can do that.
You betrayed Jey Uso, Left Eye. You traitor.
There's a reason I put.
There's still 4 more spots for Jay.
This is true.
Yeah,
but you got to put Jay in all spots to make up for it.
All I'm saying is
fair.
I could have chosen 5, but 4 would have been YEET. Okay, that option was on the table for me. Okay, it could have been worse. I got him as top
on the trigger.
I know. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not going to. All I'm saying is that was an option. All I'm saying is I've actually got Gunther because he actually is going to pull out some of the best in the people he's facing. He's actually going to make me want to actually watch him destroy the hell out of Goldberg. And this is from someone that loved Goldberg when he came out in 1999. I'm like, as I was saying,
you've changed, man. You've changed.
I have.
He's grown. It's so great.
We're going to see Rikishi drive through that back wall.
All I'm saying is that
Shiro, take cover.
He makes me actually want to match the UFC he's involved with. And I hate catcher style wrestling. I don't like it. It's terrible. It's boring to me. But I can't deny that when this man gets on the mic, I'm like, you know what? I actually want to see this match.
That promo was amazing. That promo was so good.
That's what I'm saying. I went off like in-ring talent. I went off of mic skills, and I was like, do I actually want to watch this match? Am I going to actually get excited and want to talk about it? If I'm not talking about it, to me, it's boring and out of my mind. So the fact that I actually want to see him pile drive and powerbomb the shit out of a 58-year-old, I got him at 5.
And I love his post when the match was announced, and he said, I can spare 3 minutes.
Perfect.
Rad, you're number 5.
I always try to include someone from NXT because I don't watch it enough, but I've watched enough. And I think the person who's right now in NXT, who would be on the main roster if NXT did not need him, is Obafemi.
The Hula!
I mean, I think I included him
so badass.
I included him some of the best matches from this year. As I've seen, I don't watch NXT all the time. I watch the highlights, and he's just about there. I mean, he could go right now, but
that promo he cut last night,
he needs to stay there. That's the worst part because there's not quite anyone there to fill that role yet. But when he goes up to the next level, he might have the rocket strapped to his back.
Yep. Matt, you're number 5.
So I have an honorable mention briefly. And I mentioned John Cena before as 1/3 of the way the promo stuff has been great. For that, I want to briefly give him a little honorable mention. The heel promo stuff has been great. The rest of it's been just lacking, right? But my number 5 is same as Brett's, Obafemi, the future king of WWE. I've watched wrestling for a long time, and Obafemi reminds me the closest thing to The Undertaker that we're going to see likely in terms of physical ability, in terms of physical performance ability in the ring.
Right.
For a big guy.
My number 5, unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing for quite some time as he just announced he's going in for next surgery next month. But of our match of the year candidates, we had 3 of them. He's been in 2 of them. Kevin Owens. Absolutely, for 2025, up to the point he was injured, was absolutely phenomenal. Couldn't touch him. Mic work, in-ring work, everything. Just the trolling that he does is great. So, and Kevin Owens is simply just one of the best. So that's my number 5. Ego, you're number 4.
Man, so I see what you guys seeing in him now, and I've got Sami Zayn at number 4 on this one.
Okay.
I didn't know that he was such a cheerleader. Isn't the most masculine of words to describe him, but I mean, he was with the OG Bloodline. He puts on for them. He did his tag team match with Jey Uso. His dance was hilarious. If you look at the video he danced to, it literally goes to anything. I've seen someone play Reedy Rainbow over his dance. Perfectly syncs up. and he's someone you absolutely root for. Like, you were waiting for him to get the haluva kick. Like, I'm actually sitting like, you got to get the haluva kick this time. And I see why when you guys say that he can be champion, get his WrestleMania moment, that it's going to be a great sigh of relief and something that everyone can take part in. So, like, I am now rooting for Sami Zayn because you guys are like, hey, look, you really got to watch his in-ring work and his mic work. And I see what you guys see. So I've got him number 4.
Okay. Brad, you're number 4.
I'm trying to decide if I want to call an audible.
Ooh.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to call an audible. I'm going to agree with you, number 5. I'm going KO.
Okay.
You know, I honestly, I kind of just forgot about him because he did leave. But when you're right, I'm like, shit, you're right. Dude's put on some great performances, and you know, perform not just in the ring, but like the performance. You know, him and Sammy, yeah, and they play off each other so well. But you got that menacing KO back that felt like we were missing for a little bit. So yeah, I'm going with KO at number 4. That's an audible.
Okay, Matt, you're gonna number 4.
Logan Paul.
Ooh, nice one. Okay.
I thought about Logan too.
I like it.
We have a finisher that's relatively new. I mean, it's very rare we'll get a new move like that introduced nowadays. Even though, yeah, some Japanese guy was doing it in the 50s or whatever. But and so he's been every match he's been in, he's been entertaining. You know, just I last year I wasn't really sold on him. This year I want to see him wrestle more.
Okay. My number 4, I'm going outside of the WWE, and I'm going to AEW, someone who I've been impressed with, and that is a former international champion, Konosuke Takeshita.
Takeshita's good. Yeah.
I think he's a phenomenal talent. Because what we've seen in the WWE, we've seen Tozawa, we've seen Shinsuke. Takeshita's like a Japanese Roman Reigns. He's built. He's a brick wall. He's a little more athletic than Roman is, but it's the performances he has been giving have been very, very good in ring. I'm just gonna say that. All right, Ego, you're number 3.
All right, number 3, I've got Cody Rhodes. I mean, man stands for the brand, great merch mover. Again, not a fan of catch style wrestling, but at least he makes it interesting, especially his match with Jey. So that was actually very great. It was good. That's almost my Bret Hart 1, 2, 3 kid kind of moment match. Even though they're well over enough, it's like, hey, I'm gonna win, but I mean, you're going to look good. It's not like I'm gonna pulverize you. So I give him that. I mean, great on the mic as well, stands on brand. You know what? You'd want someone front facing and as public as Cody Rhodes to be the face of your brand and a champion at some point. So I got him at number 3.
Okay. Brad, you're number 3.
I'm going with Gunther.
Okay.
I pretty much agree with everything Ego said. Finally, I feel like finally we're getting back to that. I missed him when he was, not there. I know he took some vacation time and now he's finally back and he has the belt back, which I think is appropriate, not just because we need to retire Goldberg, but I think it's better to have a heel champion, especially someone like him, who is the honorable heel champion. It's a different thing that we often see. Sometimes it's a comical one. But I really like what he's doing in the ring, and his mic work has really, really gotten really good.
Gotcha. Yeah, that promo he cut on Monday was phenomenal. So good. Matt, you're number 3.
So my number 2 and number 3, I could have flip-flopped them either way. They're tied together. They're both in AEW. So the fact that I chose this guy as number 3 was fairly arbitrary in my thought process. These two guys have been in one of the 2 best feuds since Raven Dreamer, which to me is the greatest feud of all time in wrestling. And it's Hangman Adam Page. He's been booked strong in every match he's in, put on great performances, sacrificed his body for some matches. His promo work has been on point. He can't do long promos like, a lot of guys, but those little 3 to 5 minute promos, he's been on point. He plays his character really well. So Hangman Adam Page is number 3.
Okay. My number 3 is also someone, unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing for a while, as I saw on his reports that his recovery is going to take longer than expected, and that's Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has been absolutely phenomenal. So, in-ring work, promo skills. I mean, he could have dropped off after the stuff with Punk, and he's just been he's been exactly the same. He's been going, just hitting on all cylinders. So, Drew McIntyre. All right, Ego, you're number 2.
Number 2, I've got Seth Rollins. That man can move a crowd. If it's whether it's him as a face or a heel, he's gonna have everyone singing his song even while he's talking, even if there's no music playing. Got tremendous sway, and him with the Money in the Bank briefcase is deadly. So I've got him at number 2. I actually like, Monday Night Rollins. It's awesome.
Brad, you're number 2.
I'm going with the one we've talked about who will elevate heels when they suck as being heels, and that's CM Punk. What do you need to say? Mic work, still works in the ring real well. And the fact that he finally brought out something from John Cena. Thank you, for God's sakes. The heel run was just sucking.
All righty. Matt, you're number 2. Swerve.
My number 2, again, is Swerve Strickland. He's on the cusp of replacing Samoa Joe as my favorite active wrestler. He's been booked solid for probably 3 years straight now, barring the injury. He and Hangman are in this sort of death match feud where they are literally burning each other's houses down, brutalize each other in the ring. And now they're kind of finding a way to be kind of like how the Tyrannosaurus and the other dinosaur teamed up against the bigger monster in Jurassic Park. Like, they're still enemies, but they have an enemy of an enemy. They're one of the few good storylines in AEW is these two guys, like two giant predators who hate each other, circling a bigger predator, which is Jon Moxley. And so Swerve is number 2. And I wish, I mean, I hate saying this, Swerve, I wish he can come to WWE with his persona. He would be one of the top 2 or 3 financial draws. Whose house? Swerve's house. Got phenomenal in the ring. Can you imagine Logan Paul and Swerve Strickland putting on a match? It'd be over the top.
Wow, based on what he's been saying, I think he's starting to light a match to not a house but some bridges. I'm just saying, but that's beside the point. My number 2, Brad, we're on the same page. It's the second City Saint, CM Punk. Again, there's a reason he's called the best in the world, because he simply is. In-ring work is solid, but it's his promo skills and what he's able to bring out of others to make them that much the better and tell a better story. So it's CM Punk. All right, Ego, you're number 1, sir.
My number 1's gonna be CM Punk. Again, there are 2 people I never want to get into an argument with and give a microphone. One is Shiro, the other is CM Punk. So like I said, again thank you guys. Thank Bradley for showing me the documentary about CM Punk's rise, and it's been phenomenal, especially to watch him since his comeback is something of beauty. And his in-ring talent has not gone anywhere. Mike skills is going to bring the best out of you. Merch, fantastic. I actually got to get me some CM Punk merchandise at some point. So, I mean, I've got him at number 1, man. Like, from someone I didn't know about to number 1 already is wild for me to say, but I mean, CM Punk is definitely worth it.
Okay. Brad, you're the number 1.
My number 1, I'm going with Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Obviously, the ring work is still top notch, but how he's transformed himself, because I'm sorry, this whole thing where he came out with all basically raiding Becky's closet, that was ridiculous. I feel like we're getting back to Seth Rollins the way he should be. After WrestleMania, it's like, okay, we need to change this. And I think we finally got a change that is actually playing better for him. This is a Seth Rollins that I enjoyed. back when he cashed in, and he's able to cash in again. He's got another chance. So he's a malevolent force, and I think he plays it well. He stabbed Roman in the back. Well, chaired Roman in the back
because
betrayed
why?
The Shield.
There's always plan B.
And I feel like we're back to that guy, except he's not the rogue Ellen anymore. He's now in control.
Yeah.
So he's taken that time and elevated his game. He's like, yes, I'm still that badass, but now actually I'm in charge.
Well, he's Triple H Jr.
And this is, and little side note, Seth Rollins is only the second two-time Money in the Bank ladder match winner. The other one did it back-to-back years. CM Punk. Matt, you're number one.
My number one is the man who's been on a roll since the day he premiered in WWE. He is the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Every time this guy comes out, you want to watch him. You want to hear his promos. You want to watch him talk. You want to watch him perform. The guy, he knows how to sell in the ring. He's probably. This is a compliment. He is, at this point, I would rate him almost as good as Kane, as a big man who can sell for his opponent in the ring. Okay,
right.
You watch Jacob perform. He looks like he makes it look like he's actually taking the hits. Then when he makes his counter, because he has a bit of a Hulk out where he throws off your offense and hulks up, but he makes it look realistic, like it's a natural thing. Like say Hogan in the '80s versus Hogan in the 2000s when it was stupid,
Yeah, they're calling that the emoting now. Like when Jacob does his shimmy, it's the same as when EO does this. It's letting the crowd know that something really cool is about to happen.
Yeah. So Jacob Fatu is my number one.
Nice. Yeah, and as I had said, that the WWE was kind of delaying the debut of Jacob because they were afraid he was going to overshadow Solo.
Well, Solo's problem is he has no physical charisma.
Well, there was that too. Okay, so my number one is the standard bearer for the WWE. He's been it pretty much since he came back. It's Cody Rhodes. I mean, the guy works. Not just matches, media, meet and greets. He is the new Make-A-Wish guy. I mean, he has just put the company on his back and said, let's go. And so there's not much better. See, Steph knows. See, smart girl there. So Steph, just for that, Steph. Now, before we announce our definitive winners, Mr. LeftEyeEgo, you've been keeping tabs of the mic drops for the last month, and we're going to do this every month as we're going to see who has the most mic drops per month, and then at the end of the year, we'll do maybe a mic drop prize or something. I don't know. We will think about it. But Ego, for this past month, who came in third place in mic drops?
In mic drops, we've got third is actually JV with 6 on there. Okay. Second place, we've got Brad at 7.
Really? At 7? Wow.
Yes. Not gonna lie, I actually won. I got 10.
Wow. It must have been your Jade. Must have been your Jade.
It was. Mm-hmm. It was. Without them, I'd have been tied with Brett at 7, but I got like 6 that day.
Now, from members of the chat, who was the top?
For chat, I think. Well, technically, Steph had 3 at least by herself. Jacob had 1 or 2. Jacob had 2, and Kai had 1.
Okay, so for right now, we'll say Stephanie for this month is the chat mic drop winners. So we'll keep a separate category. Well done, folks.
All right.
Well done. as next week we start a brand new month, the month of July. So, Brad, you've taken all the information, and I believe we have a clear 3, a clear 2, and a clear 1.
That's what I got.
Okay. Coming in at number 3 is
I got Cody.
Cody Rhodes. Okay. At number 2 is
Edging out Cody by 1 point is Seth Rollins.
Okay. You're welcome, Stephanie. You're welcome. And then the overwhelming, the majority in the number 1 is
The best in the world, the Second City Saint, CM Punk.
M Punk. So be sure to tune in next week as we're going to, again, we're expanding this. We're going to go through wrestling history here, not just WWE, all promotions. Best heel turn of all time. Whereas last time we kept it confined to WWE, this time we're opening it up. I thought of this and my top 5 came to me like instantly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
so
wait, Joker. Just one thing. So we were talking about merch. So I just Googled something real quick, and this is from last month. The top 5 selling apparel on WWE Shop. Number 1 is Karrion Kross's String Them Up TV shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is Joe Hendry's WrestleMania 41 TV shirt.
Right.
Number 3 is John Cena's Farewell Tour 2025 T-shirt. Number 4 is Simone Guerrero, Jacob Fatu's All Gas, No Break T-shirt.
Nice.
And number 5 is Randy Orton with the Viper Bite T-shirt.
Nice.
So, I wish you could have cleaner sources for. Maybe next week I'll try to get all the stats together for merch sales so we can briefly show it off or whatever. But because we talk about it, we don't show it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, personally, my favorite shirt in the Karrion Kross merch line is like he has one of his wife Scarlett, and it looks like it's done like an old grindhouse to move people. Oster looks really cool. So if you look up Scarlett Bordeaux.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. LeftEyeEgo, let everyone know what you have coming up, sir.
You know what? Gonna be taking it easy this week, but working on some new videos. It's actually gonna be a follow-up video for one of the ones that I've put up recently. Also be trying to work on some shorts, more with me and Shira for Ordinary Gains. Check out our Sundays live stream if you haven't already. And that's pretty much what I got going on for now. Working on some stuff for the summer, but releasing stuff as soon as I can.
Thank you. And again, folks, all of our links are down below in the description. So if you don't mind,
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
and the unbearable 73, Matt, what do you have coming up, sir?
Well, we have Roman show tomorrow with kind of open topic, article discussion. We obviously have our show next week, Wednesday's Overbooked. And this weekend on the questioners, we will have a mega video, a 5-hour video, people, with some really good stuff if you want to watch the whole thing, discussing an article about something in video games. There's a movement coming called Stop Killing Games or something like that, where in Europe to try and change the law so that if you buy a video game and then the company because it has an online component, companies are bricking your home component, even if the game is still playable standalone, and debate over like, is it a good idea to do that, have it in law or whatever? And so we have a cool 5-hour video about that.
So for more about that, tune in to Matt's channel because that was just Greek to me.
The questioners, not my channel. The questioners.
Okay, and Matt's links are down below in the description. Mr. Duke Devil 95, Bradley Burnett, who I'm sure is watching where Cooper Flag is about to be drafted to.
Already gone.
Oh, it's already gone. Okay.
Now he number 1. He's gone. Mavericks.
Okay.
Shocking.
Shocking how
he went number 1.
Shocking how Dallas got the number 1 draft pick for the NBA and the NBA in the same year.
Yeah. Colin Knippel went number 4. Someone went number 8 from Duke. It's 3 for Duke in the top 10. That's nice. But otherwise, Duke Devil 95. I will be on Static 2020 show tomorrow night, the weekend pregame, where he tortures us with the most cringy TikTok videos he can find. Of course, on my channel, we have another Wormhole Watch. This week, we were joined by the outstanding vet Drew. Joined us to watch an episode called Cardassians, which meant Jay Hitman had many opinions.
That was hilarious.
And I think I might be joining Iron Oxide on Friday night. I got to confirm that.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, so I think I am. I'm not certain yet. I guess got to confirm it. Otherwise, I'll be back here next week. But yeah, go watch my channel. Go watch Wormhole Watch. We got some good stuff coming up in this near future.
And as far as me, again, like Matt said, I will be on with Roman of the Empire tomorrow. I've got another video dropping on Friday. Brad, are you available Saturday?
No, I will not be available Saturday.
So there will not be a live recap reaction to Night of Champions, unless someone wants to. You can find me on X, and maybe we can make that. Maybe we can make that work, because that's 10 a.m. my time to watch that. Hey, Beak.
Oh, yeah, so just so people, we have Night of Champions this weekend, right? Then in 3 weeks we have AEW's All In, and what's the WWE event to counter?
Okay, so WWE the week of All In, which is July 12th. On July 12th, we have NXT's Great American Bash and Saturday night's main event. So when someone said the Seth Rollins cash in, I said just hang on to that, because there's. And then the Sunday after that is WWE Evolution 2, the all-female premium live event. So again, we'll see how that goes out. But until then, folks, I want to wish everyone in the chat, thank you for stopping by. I hope we got to double digit likes. That would have been great. And until next week, from all of us here at Wednesday Night is Overbooked. Keep talking, keep smiling, keep having fun. And until then, take care.
And here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Ah!